Cheers. Grand Theatre mug. Thought I'd bring a nice little cup of tea out to me summer house. This is my summer house. I suppose that's my main house just over there. This is my summer house, and I suppose that I class this as my third house because that building there I consider my second home. The Grand Theatre, of course. And during this lockdown, how are you all coping? Are you doing all right? I thought I'd try and help relieve a little bit of the boredom by doing a few videos and talk about my memories of the place. And it always seems ridiculous to me to talk about memories, but I suppose I have been there a long time now. 18th pantomime this year it'll be, which is quite incredible. I think back to my earliest memories of ever walking into the building, and I don't remember going as a child, but I certainly remember going as I first started in show business. I remember going when I was working at Camelot. We used to go on trips up to the Grand Theatre, saw many a production. I remember seeing Lee Evans many years ago, doing one of his early tours and being blown away, and blown away by the building as well. Anyone who knows me knows how much I love history. I did a degree in history at the University of Kent. Yeah, not many people knew that, did you? I did a degree in economic and social history. My dissertation, if you're interested and you want to look it up, don't, it's very boring, was a discussion of the theories of liberalisation and the labour aristocracy with reference to events in Rochdale between 1840 and 1870. What a gripping read that wasn't. Anyway, like I said, I've got so many memories, and what I thought I'd do for these videos, and I'll try and do 4 or 5 of them. We'll see when I run out of material, basically. I thought I'd get hold of this. Now, this is a little file that I take around with me to places. And sometimes I get asked to do talks, Rotary clubs and after dinners, etc. And I take this little file. It's got all kinds. It's got old photos in there. I might show you some of those in a little while. But it's got all the mementos in like that. I don't know, you can see that one? Look at that. Now that is the original backstage pass for when I did the Peter Kay warm-up for his first ever video shoot, which is at the top of the tower. People may remember it as. It looks immaculate. I found that this morning and thought, blimey, it looks like it's just been stored away and never been touched. It's access all areas at the Blackpool Tower. I think we filmed, it must have been the year 2000, 2001, something like 2002, I don't know. But anyway, we did 2 nights at the Blackpool Tower, and he filmed both nights. I found this one as well, again a Peter Kay related one, but look at that. That's an old programme for a gig called An Evening of Comedy. It was to raise money for a school, funnily enough my wife's school, Cardinal Langley Roman Catholic High. But look at that for a lineup. Incredible. Steve Coogan's on there, Peter Kay was comparing, and there was Tony Burgess, myself, Mick Ferry and Archie Kelly. What a great night that was. Anyway, like I said, that's by the by. But what we want to talk about is the Grand Theatre, isn't it? And some of my memories. And one of the beautiful things about doing any show at the Grand Theatre is the camaraderie within the building. The building itself is stunning. There it is. I consider it my second home. My first home is just over there. And this, I suppose, I'm in the summer house doing these. I suppose this is my third home, but that's definitely the second home. I've spent so many Christmases there. And despite the fact that the building is stunning and you can get lost in the ceilings, I do get lost in the ceiling. I don't mean I wander up there, although you can even do that. I've done that on tours of the building in the past. But you can stare up at the ceiling and just there's so many pictures and so much artwork. And I get lost in I don't know, how would you say, the creativity of it. I always think back to the person who first did it. And how long did he spend lying on his back with his little paintbrush painting all the details? Anyway, that's by the by. The other thing that's important about the Grand Theatre are the people you meet when you go in there. And some of them are, who you are. Some of you will be watching this. People like Barry Band, I know he's a guy who writes a lot of history books. And I remember him giving me this a couple of years ago. I think it was after I did my first Dan Leno play. And it was Matcham's Masterpiece. It's got a listing. And I just thought I'd mention this. It's not particularly my memory, but it is important in the whole concept of why I love the Grand Theatre and why I love history. And you look back at some of the names, and to be even included in this book, which I am, is such a massive honour. I can't describe to you how much it means to me to be a patron of the Friends of the Grand, because again, that's something I certainly never dreamt of ever becoming something like that when I was a child. But just to be named, there's a list in here called Star Parade, and it's ridiculous when I look at it now. I've got me listed here now. He must have written this several years ago, but from 2004 was the first year I did pantomime, and we'll come to them in a short while. 2004, and above me is Dame Flora Robson. She was from 1902 1984. She was look at all the plays. She did loads of plays there, Flora Robson. And Margaret Rutherford, Dame Margaret Rutherford. I'm sandwiched between two dames. Well, isn't that fitting? I've been sandwiched between many a dame in pantomime at the Grand Theatre. And you know what? I'll take you through all these. I've got all my Panto leaflets. And after this little, let's call this the introductory talk, shall we? After that, I'll talk my way through all the pantomimes, and I've got all the leaflets here and stuff in front of me. And of course, we'll talk about this one in one episode. That one is Variety at Night, which was my first summer season at the Grand Theatre, when I did a full summer season with Johnny Caston and Tony Joe. So I'll try and cover as many things as I can during the course of it. But I'll just end this one with a story that always comes up. People, whenever they say, tell us a funny story about the Grand Theatre. And the first one, and it became part of my act, and still to this day is part of my stand-up routine, I talk about the kids. The kids who you get up on stage in pantomime have always provided me my highlights of any pantomime. Probably every year, there'll be some child who comes on that stage and makes the whole of the 6-week period of pantomime that little bit special. And the best one I can recall is a little lad who came up many years ago, full of confidence. I said, how old are you? And I'm 9 years old. What's your name? Billy, 9 years old. And what are you going to get for Christmas? I always asked them what they get for Christmas, and this little lad said, I want a remote control submarine. I said, what? He said, a remote control submarine. Now, I thought he was taking the mickey. I didn't believe him at the time, and I ignored him. But then curiosity got the better of me when I got home that night, and I looked on the internet and I found out you can actually buy them. Can you believe that? You can actually buy remote control submarines. But when I found that out, I couldn't help think about that poor kid on Boxing Day stood outside some pond near Blackpool just going, his dad going really mad, going, I told you not to press dive, Billy. I told you not to press dive. All the other model boat club members going, what have you got there, lad? It's a submarine. Where is it? Somewhere there. Anyway, listen, I'm going to do lots of these videos over the next few weeks. Stay safe, stay inside, and try and stay sane.